So today was Christmas Day, and as we have always done since, we have our oldest 4 years old. Ever since he was young, we've done Santa Claus, and I don't really see any problem with it. I don't think that it's a big deal. I think that it's a fun thing for kids, and brings some joy to their life. And you know sort of Santa taking the credit for some of that is something that, like, you as the parent are not trying to take credit for giving these gifts. And the whole point of it, sort of initially, even if you look at it back historically, is more of just about instituting this sort of idea of parents giving gifts to their kids, and not really expecting anything in return. And that was sort of the tradition, is the parents sort of hid this secret. It was a sort of a well kept secret. Now it's less well kept, not just because of the internet in general, but because so many people are willing to destroy it. And I want to talk about that. So um I'm probably gonna the title of this video will probably, or well, the photo of this video will probably be the meme that I made. It's like average Santa denier versus average Santa believer. And so there were a lot of people who soy out every time that they hear Santa Claus mentioned. And this is really frustrating to me because they're like, Santa, you can't tell your kids about Santa. Why would you tell your kids about Santa? Why would you lie to your kids? Why would you lie to your kids? And then they go and they're lie to their kids just the same. So everybody lies. Everybody lies. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are. You lie. You lie in some fashion. So, to say that it's lying. I'm so pious. I'm so good. I don't lie to my kid. I don't lie to my kids. I give them presents from me because I need to be the person who gives my my children gifts. It doesn't need to be Santa. How dare Santa take credit for something that I did? So, let's talk about this aspect of the thing. And I'm trying. I probably shouldn't have gotten so loud because I might spoil the secret if someone finds out. But anyway, my son was so happy this morning. He was like, Santa came. And I don't understand this sort of obsession with, like, destroying, crush children. They must know the real world. It sucks. And here's the truth. Your parents give you gifts. There is no magic in the world. There is no happiness. There is nothing interesting and no happiness to be had in the world. This is what you teach your children when you do this kind of stuff. You're so mad about Santa that you freak out and you're like, oh, I can't tell my kids about Santa. Oh, we can't have my kids believing in Santa. So this is to address some of these people who kind of spaz out or like spurg out over this. Is calm down. Let people enjoy things. Let children be happy. And the more that I see this kind of stuff, the more I'm convinced that any person who is a legitimate just fun killer, those are the people you need to find. You're the problem. You're the root cause of all these problems that we have. You person who wants to make everybody sad and unhappy and bitter and hateful. You are the problem. You want to deny Santa. You want to deny all this. You want to deny kids happiness, true happiness that isn't drawn from your sort of selfish pride, that isn't drawn from your sort of greed and whatever it is, whatever it may be, whatever your motive or your internal motivation for wanting to not introduce your kids to like Santa or whatever. And I'm not telling you you have to introduce your kids to Santa. I'm just telling you it's a very magical thing, and especially the people who are just like, yeah, I'm gonna tell my kids to tell anyone, any kid that they meet, that just tell them like that it's fake or something like that. And that's becoming more and more of a trend. It seems like, or at least I'm becoming more aware of people who believe like this. And it's even in people who are of Christian faith, like, which, I don't mind people wanting to celebrate the, okay, it's not just Santa, it's not just gifts, celebrate the real reason of the season. I get it, right? I too want the focus and the central focus to be on sort of that holiday of the birth and everything. Of the, this is the anniversary of sort of, or this is the celebration, yearly celebration of the birth of Christ or whatever. But the the way people go about this, and they're like, oh yeah, my kids, oh, I'm never gonna lie to my kids. Santa is stupid. It's blah blah blah. And I don't care. You can lecture me on the history of Santa Claus. You can lecture me on this. You can say we live in a sort of materialistic society that when kids learn about Santa, it just makes them a materialist, and thus it makes them sinful, and all whatever rigmarole makes you happy. But I just don't care. I'm going to tell my kids about Santa. Like, I don't care. Like, you can get mad. Go ahead and throw your fit, have a little temper tantrum about it. Get upset, go home, tell your mama, tell your daddy. I don't really care. I'm gonna still tell my kids about Santa because it's a magical thing, and it is very exciting to see them, like, grateful to something, to somebody like that's not even like me, like technically a complete, like, unknown to them. Like, they just believe him. He's magic, like a magical being that they get to just thank, and it's not thanking me. We still give them, like, so what we do is we still gave them a gift. We gave them a pretty, like, a big gift. So we tried to give them the biggest gift, or like what I thought would be the biggest gift to them from us. So we tried to balance it with that perspective of like, okay, we gave them a big gift, and in theory, the best gift was given by, or like what we thought they would like best was given by us and not Santa. And whatever it is, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. But the people, it goes back to what I'm saying, though. There are so many people who want you to be joyless, want you to be sad, depressed, deprived, and they think it's funny, and they want nothing more than your utter sadness and destruction of your life. And this starts with freaking Santa Claus. Like, it sounds so dumb to put it that way, but kids believing in Santa Claus, like, a lot better things happened in the world when kids believed in Santa Claus, and when we didn't have this whole, like, sort of, not just necessarily atheistic nature, but like this whole idea of like, well, yeah, we don't believe in Santa. We just give our kids presents and say it's from us or whatever. Like, we give our kids presents, and we don't want Santa to take any credit for it, right? So that's the big crux of what's going on. Like, is there a lot of people who just want, them to be sad? Their kids are going to be sad, and I feel really bad for them. I feel really really sad for people who can't have joy and can't enjoy things. Can't allow other people to enjoy things. They have to be on their high horse about all this crap. And I think that it's the biggest point of destruction of our society is whenever you have these people who are like high-minded, highbrow. They think they're smarter than everybody, and yet they're the most dumb. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who supposedly is a mega genius, and yet he was sitting there talking about, oh well, how could Santa possibly get his sleigh across? And then, okay, if you're a fictional magic, or if you're a serious magical character, so in theory magic exists in the real world. So let's say in this world, magic exists, and if magic exists, then you can teleport in and out whenever you want, stop time. There are so many other theories that you could use. If he has magic, then he can do virtually anything, right? Especially if he's like a serious like wizard or whatever. In theory, he could do anything. So it doesn't really matter. Like this all doesn't matter. It's all a moot point. It's all just to make you sad, depressed, make your kids sad and depressed. Because kids opening presents from you, it's great and all right. Like my son opened my present. He was happy. He enjoyed it. He thought it was great. But when he opened presents from Santa, it's not that he liked them. Not that he was more excited about, like, not that he wouldn't like gifts from me if we gave him gifts, if we had all the gifts to give them. It's not like that. It's not like he would wouldn't like them as much, the gifts themselves. But it's because you attach this level of mystery and mystique, and you add this sort of like hey, it's magical that they arrive, and there's this whole like air of interesting things going on that are drawing them to being excited and being happy about something. And if you can't see that for what it is, whether or not it's whatever lying, whether or not you care about it, or whether you think that it's drawing away from the spirit of the season, whatever it may be, let kids enjoy things. If they want to believe in Santa, even if you didn't care for it. If your kid came home from school because other kids believe in Santa, and they said other kids are going to get a visit from Santa, then you should just want to be Santa for your kid. It's fun. They're going to be happy. You're not selfish in trying to take credit for it, and it brings joy to me to see the joy that it brings them. And I think that's worth its weight in gold. And if you can't see that for what it is, and if you're just some kind of well, I think I'm contrarian, but if you think you're some kind of crazy, like weirdo who just wants your kids to hate life, I can't stop you, and I can't tell you to do better. I mean, I can tell you to do better. You're not going to. But this is for all the Santa deniers. Santa is real, okay? Santa is absolutely real, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like I'm just going to go with it. Like you're not gonna ruin this for my kids, and you're not gonna ruin it. I mean, you're not. We're not gonna let you ruin the society by destroying something that's fun for children. And just because your little fifi or whatever got hurt, or because you're some kind of weirdo who just wants to be weird. So enjoy your Christmas if it's basically over at this point. So have a happy holidays. Look forward to the new year. I'm gonna have more videos coming out on my gaming channel, especially I'll probably, well, I'll probably have some videos coming out on my gaming channel. I may try to make a video tomorrow, so be looking for that. And I hope that you've had a wonderful holiday, enjoyed all the time with your family, especially those like myself with young kids. Enjoy the time while you can, because I know it seems very fleeting. So anyway, Merry Christmas and to all a good night. And check out the links in the. Please like the video if you've liked it. Uh, Subscribe to the channel. Hit the links in the description below if you're interested. And that's all I have.